Please answer the interviewer's questions.
Hello, and thank you for participating in our research. To begin, could you tell me what you are currently studying or what kind of work you do? Also, explain how technology is involved in your daily studying or work. Can you describe a time when technology helped you solve a learning problem or complete an important project? Please explain what happened and why it was helpful. Some people believe that online learning is just as effective as traditional classroom learning, while others disagree. What is your opinion? Please explain your reasons. Looking ahead, how do you think new technologies, such as artificial intelligence, will change education over the next 10 years? Please explain your opinion and provide examples.
I'm currently studying business administration at a university. I use technology almost every day for my classes. For example, I watch online lectures, read digital textbooks, and take notes on my tablet instead of using paper. I also use cloud storage to organize my assignments so I can access them from any device. Technology helps me save time and stay organized, especially when I have several projects due at the same time. Last semester, my group had to prepare a presentation, but everyone had different schedules. We used an online collaboration platform where we could edit the slides together in real time. We also held video meetings to discuss our ideas. Because everyone could work from home, we finished the project earlier than expected. It taught me that technology can make teamwork much more efficient and convenient. I think both methods have advantages, but I prefer a combination of online and classroom learning. Online courses offer flexibility because students can study whenever they have time. However, face-to-face classes provide immediate interaction with instructors and classmates, which helps students stay motivated and ask questions more easily. In my opinion, combining both methods creates the best learning experience because students can enjoy the benefits of each. I believe artificial intelligence will make education much more personalized. AI systems will be able to identify each student's strengths and weaknesses and recommend lessons that match their individual needs. For example, if a student has difficulty with math, the system could provide additional practice and explain concepts in different ways. At the same time, teachers will continue to play an important role by encouraging students, answering complex questions, and developing critical thinking skills. I think AI will support teachers rather than replace them.
Question 1. Give personal information. The first question asks about you. The interviewer wants to learn about your background, daily life, or personal interests. Typical questions include, tell me about your major. What kind of work do you do? What hobbies do you enjoy? How do you usually spend your weekends? Notice that these questions are not asking for an exciting story. They simply ask you to describe yourself clearly and naturally. Step 1. Answer the question immediately. The most important rule is to answer the question right away. Don't spend time introducing your answer. Instead of saying, well, that's an interesting question, begin with the answer itself. For example, I'm a computer science student, or I work as an accountant. The interviewer already knows the question. They want to hear your answer, so begin speaking immediately.
Step 2. Add 2 or 3 supporting details. After giving your direct answer, explain it a little more. Supporting details help the listener understand your background. For example, I'm studying biology at a university. I've always been interested in environmental science, and most of my classes involve laboratory work and field research. Now the listener has a much clearer picture of what you study and why. Step 3. Finish with a simple example. Examples make your answer sound more natural and believable. For instance, last week we collected water samples from a nearby river for one of our research projects. Notice how one specific example is much stronger than making only a general statement. Even a short example makes your answer more interesting and more memorable.
Question 2. Describe a personal experience. The second question asks you to talk about something that actually happened in your life. Typical questions include, tell me about a project you enjoyed. Describe a difficult class. Talk about a memorable trip. Tell me about a time you solved a problem. One common mistake is trying to tell every detail of the story. Don't do that. Instead, choose only the information that directly answers the question. Step 1. Introduce the situation. Begin by giving the basic background. Answer 3 simple questions. When did it happen? Where did it happen? What happened? For example, last semester I worked on a group presentation for my marketing class. One sentence is usually enough to introduce the situation. Step 2. Explain what happened. Next, describe the most important events. Focus only on the key actions. For example, everyone had different schedules, so it was difficult for us to meet in person. Avoid unnecessary details that don't help answer the question. Step 3. Explain the result. Now tell the interviewer how the situation ended. For example, we decided to use online collaboration software, and we successfully finished the project before the deadline. Every good story should have a clear ending. Step 4. Explain why it was important. This is often the strongest part of your answer. Tell the interviewer what you learned or why the experience mattered. For example, that experience taught me that good communication is just as important as technical skills. This reflection gives your answer more depth and leaves a stronger impression. Question 3. Express an opinion. The third question asks what you think about an issue. Remember, the interviewer is not grading your opinion. There is no right answer and no wrong answer. What matters is how clearly and logically you explain your ideas. Typical questions include, do you prefer online learning? Should students wear uniforms? Is teamwork important? Should college education be free? Step 1. State your opinion clearly. Never make the listener guess what you believe. Start with a clear opinion. For example, I believe, in my opinion, or I think. A clear beginning helps organize your entire response. Step 2. Give your first reason. After stating your opinion, explain your first reason. For example, online learning gives students much more flexibility because they can study whenever it is convenient. A strong reason immediately supports your opinion. Step 3. Add another reason. Next, provide a second supporting reason. For example, it also allows students to review recorded lectures whenever they need additional practice. Using 2 reasons makes your argument more convincing.
Step 4. Give a specific example. Finally, support your opinion with a real or realistic example. For example, during the pandemic, I watched difficult lectures several times, and that helped me understand the material much better. Specific examples show that your ideas are meaningful and well-developed.
Question 4. Discuss a broader issue. The fourth question is usually the most challenging. Unlike the previous questions, it is not about your personal life. Instead, it asks you to discuss larger issues that affect society. Typical questions include, how will AI change education? Should governments invest more in public transportation? How will technology affect jobs? What can schools do to improve student health? These questions require you to think beyond your own experiences. Step 1. Clearly state your opinion. Begin by telling the interviewer exactly what you believe. For example, I believe artificial intelligence will greatly improve education.
Starting with a clear position helps organize everything that follows.
Step 2. Explain your first main reason. Present your strongest reason first. For example, AI can personalize lessons based on each student's individual learning needs. Explain the idea clearly instead of simply listing it. Step 3. Explain another important reason. Now add another supporting point. For example, it can also reduce teachers' administrative work, allowing them to spend more time helping students. Each reason should build a stronger argument.
Step 4. Give a realistic example. Support your ideas with an example. For instance, an AI tutoring system could identify a student's weak grammar skills and automatically provide additional practice exercises. Examples help listeners understand exactly how your ideas work in real life. Step 5. Finish with a strong conclusion. Always end your answer confidently. Summarize your position in one sentence. For example, overall, I think artificial intelligence will support teachers rather than replace them. A clear conclusion leaves the interviewer with a strong final impression and shows that your response is complete.